Have you ever grappled with the question, what exactly is Zionism? It's a term that's frequently used in dialogues about Middle Eastern geopolitics, but its meaning is often obscured. Allow us to methodically dissect this intricate issue for you. The concept of Zionism, in its most rudimentary form, is political and social movement, advocating for the re-establishment, development, and safeguarding of a Jewish homeland, which is known today as Israel. But what historical circumstances gave birth to this ideology? And what were the objectives it aimed to fulfill? To comprehend its roots, we must venture back into the annals' time, to the tumultuous period of the late 19th century. This was an era when anti-Semitism was alarmingly common and rampant across the landscapes of Europe. It was during these challenging times, precisely in 1882, that we witnessed the commencement of the first wave of modern Jewish immigration to Palestine. This exodus was chiefly comprised of Jews from the Eastern European region who were seeking respite under the dominion of the Ottoman Empire. This period marked a major shift, as it was the first instance since their forced exile by the Romans in the 1st century AD that the Jewish community established a significant presence in these disputed territories. However, the term Zionism only started to gain traction after a notable event that occurred over a decade later in France. This was the infamous Dreyfus Affair of 1894. This scandal involved a Jewish French military officer, Captain Alfred Dreyfus, who was falsely accused of committing espionage. This case caused global shockwaves, and a Jewish journalist named Theodor Herzl was deeply affected by the rampant bigotry revealed. The incident compelled Herzl to conclude that the eradication of anti-Semitism could only be achieved through the establishment of a state specifically for the Jews. Acting on this newly formed conviction, Herzl decided to spearhead the cause, and in 1897, he successfully organized the first Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland. This monumental event is recognized as the official commencement of the organized Zionist movement, marking an epoch in the Jewish history. Thus, in 1897, Herzl organized the first Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland, marking the official start of the organized Zionist movement. The early 20th century saw Zionism gather momentum. This socio-political movement sought to establish a home for the Jewish people in the ancient homeland of Israel, also known as Palestine. It was time of profound change and significant historical events worldwide, and this was no different for the Zionist movement. The Balfour Declaration of 1917 was a significant turning point. This crucial document, issued by the powerful British government, expressed a clear and unprecedented support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in the area known as Palestine. Indeed, this was the first time such an influential international power had voiced its backing for the Zionist cause. It was an absolute boost for the movement and a major victory that propelled it forward. The impact of Balfour Declaration cannot be understated. It was a beacon of hope for Jewish individuals worldwide. It injected newfound vigor into the Zionist movement, providing a sense of and support that was much needed during those challenging times. The British government's commitment to the creation of a Jewish homeland was a significant endorsement that had a profound effect on the trajectory of Zionism and the future of the Jewish people. As history progressed, the horrors of World War II unfolded, and the catastrophic events of the Holocaust shook the world. The devastating loss of 6 million Jewish lives heightened the urgency of the Zionist cause. The desperate need for a safe haven, a national home where Jewish people could live without fear of persecution, became even more apparent. In the aftermath of the war in 1947, a landmark event occurred. The United Nations voted in favor of the partition of Palestine. The resolution proposed the creation of 2 independent states, Arab and one Jewish. This was a monumental step towards the realization of the Zionist dream. The following year, on May 14, 1948, the culmination of years of struggle, pursuit, and resilience bore fruit. Amidst a plethora of emotions and amidst the conflict that was to follow, the State of Israel was officially declared. This marked a significant achievement for Zionism and a new chapter in the history of the Jewish people. The principles of Zionism have undeniably evolved over time. In its initial stages, the key objective was the creation of a safe haven for Jews, a sanctuary that would protect them from persecution. But with time, the depth and scope of these ambitions have broadened, and today the emphasis lies not only on the creation, but also on the development and protection of Israel. The aim is to ensure that it emerges and thrives as a Jewish democratic and secure state. However, just like any political ideology, Zionism has not been immune to criticism and controversy. Some voice concerns, arguing that the establishment of Israel came at the expense of the Palestinian people, sparking off decades of heated conflict. Others take a different view, believing that Zionism has strayed from its original ideals, deviating from the path it had initially set out on. Zionism, to put it succinctly, as a response to European anti-Semitism in the late 19th century. The primary goal was clear and singular: the creation of a Jewish state that would serve as a refuge for Jews worldwide. Over the years, the Zionist movement has managed to realize its major objectives, chiefly the establishment of the State of Israel. An impressive achievement, it marked a significant milestone in the history of the movement. Today, the ideology continues to emphasize the development and protection of Israel as a Jewish democratic state. The focus is on ensuring Israel's progress and prosperity, on safeguarding its democratic ideologies and Jewish identity. But it's absolutely crucial to remember that, like ideologies, Zionism is complex, multifaceted, and interpreted differently by different people. It is a subject that never fails to ignite debates and trigger discussions globally. It remains relevant and continues to command attention and invites diverse opinions and perspectives. Therefore, as we delve deeper into the discussions on Zionism, it's imperative that we do so with a deep sense of understanding, empathy, and respect for all perspectives. The subject warrants thoughtful dialogue and insightful exchanges that recognize and validate the varied viewpoints that people hold.